From Chicago's #1 news, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 4 starts right now.
And we're beginning with breaking news this afternoon. One lane of southbound I-65 in northern Indiana has been reopened now. It was shut down for several hours this afternoon because of multiple crashes there. All of this is happening about 30 miles northwest of Lafayette, Indiana. The highway there iced over when the snow moved through overnight. But this afternoon, regardless of the opening of the road, there are big backups there. Police are saying part of the problem is that one truck lost a load of cement siding boards. You saw that scattered all over the road there. The cold has made them very brittle and breakable, and there you see how they have smashed up, and that's made the cleanup take longer as well in that area.
Good afternoon, everybody. The top story, of course, is the weather today. There already are a number of school closings. You can see them moving along at the bottom of your screen right there. And a wind chill warning is going to affect at midnight. So if you thought today was cold and you needed to bundle up today, you need to add another layer of clothing by tomorrow, especially if you have to stand at the bus or the train stops. Now, tomorrow and Thursday could see wind chills as low as 35 below. And once again, several school closings at the bottom of the screen.
And so we do have extensive live coverage for you this afternoon. Our John Garcia, he is on the move right now to show you current road conditions out there. Cold and snow causing many spinouts, as we mentioned. Ben Bradley, he's live at Union Station, a problem that's been going on there this afternoon. But let's start with meteorologist Cheryl Scott. She's live at our weather center with your first alert forecast and the bitter winter blast that is now headed our way, Cheryl.
Exactly. The snowfall now bitterly cold out there, but we still have to deal with the aftermath from last night's snow. So areas of blowing snow and also icy conditions expected with temperatures well below freezing through the remainder of the night tonight. So be aware of that if you do have to travel. Temperatures right now struggling today to even make it to double digits. Right now, reading at O'Hare at 7 degrees. But let's factor in the windy conditions. Winds are going to kick anywhere from about 20 to 25 miles an hour. That will create wind chill factors well below zero. Currently, it feels like it's 10 below in most locations. And it's only going to get colder overnight tonight and into our Thursday. That's why we do have a wind chill warning in effect starting overnight. It will go through the day tomorrow and last until Thursday at noon. So temperatures will be dropping, wind chills near -20 to -35 degrees. We are tracking this cold when we can expect a few warmer days on the map coming up in just a little bit. Linda.
All right, Cheryl, we'll check back with you in just a few minutes for that update. Now, Metra has been working around the clock to help ensure that trains will be running on time. Metra faced numerous problems during last year's polar vortex. This afternoon, a mystery substance was pouring out of the ceiling in Union Station, and that caused quite a scene there. Let's get more about that. Eyewitness News reporter Ben Bradley live inside Union Station. Ben?
Alan, so far so good for Metro commuters this evening. What was not so good was what we witnessed within the last hour or so in the South Concourse here at Union Station. Photographer Mark Scodro and I were here just recording some video of the evening commute when all of a sudden we heard a loud pop, and then this happened. We believe a pipe burst in the ceiling near the entrance to Metra's BNSF trains, the ones that head out to Naperville and other western suburbs. A black mystery substance rained down on the floor below. The flow slowed after about 5 or 10 minutes or so, and to the credit of the Union Station cleanup crews here, they moved right in. They made fast work of it. So right now, all of that substance that was all over the floor has been cleaned up, shouldn't be in the way as the evening rush gets into full swing. As for train service, Metro reported minor delays this morning due to the cold, causing mechanical problems, mainly on Metro's electric line. Crews have been warming switches with small fires for the last 24 hours or so. They're checking on equipment, and so far, all of those lessons learned from last year's polar vortex have worked well for Metro, but Metro is a bit concerned that as the cold days drag on, there is a cumulative effect of the cold. So again, the afternoon commute going smoothly so far for Metra commuters. Once again, tonight, Metra is going to keep a full complement of crews on duty. They're going to be running the diesel engines overnight so they don't have any problems where they can't get them started. They're also going to continue to warm those switches to try to keep them from freezing over ahead of tomorrow morning's commute. As for that mystery substance, no official word yet from the folks that operate Union Station of what that might have been. It might be for the best that we don't know. Reporting live from Union Station, Ben Bradley, ABC7 Eyewitness News. Back to you.
I was thinking the same thing, Ben. Just staying clear. No word as well if the weather may have played a role in a freight train derailment in suburban Cicero. 8 rail cars there went off the tracks. This was near 26th and Ogden Avenue earlier this morning. So this is near the Cicero stop on Metra's Burlington Northern Line. However, that derailment did not affect Metra service.
A lot of you may have gone through this earlier. The bitter cold and the snow made for a rough commute this morning. A lot of people reporting monster hour-long commutes. Take a look at the scene. That's the Stevenson near Pulaski earlier today. Cars and trucks just barely creeping along. Eyewitness News reporter John Garcia joins us live. He's on the move right now along the Kennedy Expressway with more on what the roads are looking like
the
right
roads
now.
are actually in pretty good shape at this point. In fact, the speed is pretty much normal for rush hour, especially the afternoon rush hour right now. We're on the outbound Kennedy, coming up on Foster, I believe. IDOT crews have had plenty of time to take care of the snow and the ice, so the traction is really good on the roads right now. Conditions much better at this point than they were earlier this morning. Plow truck drivers have had it pretty easy so far this winter, at least until this week. Terry Burns is one of about 400 drivers who were out clearing state roads all night and early this morning for IDOT. He's back on the job this afternoon, though at this point the expressways are in pretty good shape. With snow falling throughout the early part of the morning rush hour, IDOT crews had a tough job trying to clear the roads during heavy traffic. Several accidents made the going even slower for commuters. The slick roads led to this car spinning off the road in Oak Forest, and a semi overturned, dumping a load of material used in steel production in Kenosha. By mid-morning, however, traffic was moving well. With the snow cleared and roads looking pretty good, IDOT is now warning drivers to be prepared for another winter hazard. Well, the IDOT crews are laying salt on the roads, which they say is less effective when the temperature is colder than 20 degrees, and it is definitely colder than 20 degrees, but that's what they're using. Live on the move on the outbound Kennedy, John Garcia, ABC7 Eyewitness News. Linda, we'll send it back to you.
All right, John, thank you. So the Kennedy is moving. Let's take a look at other road conditions from our live cameras. And these are live pictures of the Dan Ryan Expressway you see there, Arlington Heights from our Daily Herald camera, also Lakeshore Drive looking north, and the Jane Burns Circle interchange. It looks like traffic is moving.
This winter weather also caused some problems at both of our Chicago airports. The airlines delayed or canceled hundreds of flights overnight and into this morning, and that forced hundreds of people then to go out there and try to get to sleep on cots while they were waiting for their flights to eventually take off. Others, though, did board planes before being told that actually, no, you're not leaving just yet. Right now, there are no major problems at either one of our airports, but there are delays and cancellations at many East Coast airports, which, of course, affect people here as well.
Now, we do have a reminder for you about frostbite if you're going to be outside later tonight or especially tomorrow, because frostbite can happen in as little as 15 minutes on exposed skin. That means it can happen while you're out scraping your car windows or just out shoveling snow. Also, extended exposure without the proper clothing can increase your risk of hypothermia. So remember that and be very careful out there. Now, the warming centers in the city of Chicago are now open for those of you who do not have a warm and safe place to go. They are open from 9 in the morning through 8 p.m. This runs through this Friday. The warming centers also offer free coffee and hot chocolate, tea, and entertainment. And we have posted a list of warming center locations. That is at ABC7CHICAGO.com. Also, if you need a ride to one of those warming centers, you can call 311.
And remember as well, you can track this latest blast of winter weather with our ABC7 Chicago weather app. You can get the latest weather alerts, plus you can find out what the conditions are like right down at your neighborhood level. Just go to the App Store or Google Play. You can search for ABC7 Chicago weather. It is free to download there, so be sure you check it out. We actually have several new features as well on our particular app that I'm going to demonstrate for you in just a little bit. But let me just tell you that what it can do, okay, let's take a look at it here now. What it can do is you can see these different icons. This is report your weather. You can do this yourself. Go to our app and right down to your neighborhood level, you can say, okay, let me report the temperature here. This looks like it would be in Westmont, let's say, 5 degrees and cold there. And in fact, not only does it allow you to do that, but in some cases, if you wish, you can even post a picture, a photograph, if you wish. This is just to the southeast of Tinley Park. Somebody sent us this image this morning of course, their patio table there covered with the 3 inches of snow or so that is there. In addition to that, so you can put your own report in. You can choose what you want to say here. Let's go, for instance, to snow and ice. That seems appropriate for today. Then you can make your report. You can just simply press on that icon right there. Maybe you want to add a photo or a video. Maybe you want to take a picture like I am right now using my iPhone, looking at our studio here with Linda there. Hi, Hi, Linda. Linda's in the background there. So I take that photograph, and then I can use that photograph, and that then is posted on that website on the app. So it's a way you can get involved through social media with our weather reports right here. Linda?
All right, Alan, good to know. Also, as we reported to you at the top of this newscast, there are a number of school closings announced already for tomorrow. You can see them right down there at the bottom of your screen. Also, you can log onto our website, and once you are there, remember, you should click on the school closing image. You see it right there, and you can get a complete up-to-the-minute list of all of the school closings for tomorrow. And then also another reminder to wake up with Eyewitness News this morning, a half hour earlier tomorrow morning. We will be on at 4 a.m. in order to bring you the latest on those school closings, as well as any breaking weather, also traffic, as well as the news. That's tomorrow morning. You can tune in at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And we mentioned not only here in the Midwest around Chicago, but Mother Nature's continuing to unleash her fury across the nation. Temperatures have plunged along the Northeast. Strong winds have people doing all they can trying to keep warm. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is joining us live outside of New York City with more about that. Marcy.
Alan, we are feeling it here in Central Park, and as we brace for even more cold tomorrow, some are making the most of this winter weather. If only we could just focus on how much fun a snow day can be. This giant panda at the Smithsonian National Zoo in Washington, D.C., reveling in her first winter play day. The rest of the country, not loving it quite so much. Snow wreaking havoc on roads from the Midwest to the East Coast, sending school buses in the nation's capital sliding off roads. As many as 20 cars piling up on this Minnesota highway. In Iowa and Indiana, crash after crash. The weight of the snow in North Idaho tipping houseboats. And they were saying the same along the coast in Atlantic City, New Jersey. From the beach to the brutal lake effect conditions in Fulton, New York, where they're digging out for more than 2 feet of snow. Tomorrow, the temperatures are expected to drop even more. The push of Arctic air bringing dangerous cold to the northern plains and western Great Lakes, where wind chill readings in some areas could drop to 50 degrees below zero. And it's not just there. About 2/3 of the country will feel a big drop in temperature starting tomorrow. Even in parts of Florida, it's expected to drop well below freezing. Live in New York, Marcy Gonzalez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Marcy, thanks so much. You stay bundled up there, of course. And I'll tell you, people are talking about this here in Chicago, of course, if they're not outside because your lips can barely move. But if you're inside, they're talking about it. On social media, folks are posting all over different hashtags here. Ours is Chicago Cold here on our ABC7 Chicago Twitter pages. How about this image? This is great right here. My face is frozen like this. Chicago Cold White Christmas. It's a little late for that, but she is cold, that is for sure. And then let's take a look at this face. How about this one? You can fall in love with that. Snow is tasty from Chica, the Golden Retriever, posting out there. That's a great looking face. Actually, you need that smile on a day like today. But all kinds of folks are saying, how about this one? Well, Chicago's snow and bitter cold is one way to kick off 2015 and kick us right back into the swing of things. Still love you despite that Chicago cold. And be sure you can post your latest thoughts on this bitter cold weather on our Facebook and Twitter pages as well, so check that out. Now, coming up next, sub-zero temperatures, dangerous wind chills that can cause many cars to stall. And on our news at 4:30, what every driver should know and do to stay safe on the roads this winter.
But first at 4 o'clock, some disturbing video that's caught on camera will show you what happened to a police officer while in the elevator with his wife.
And the best diets to help you lose weight. Look your best in 2015.
Breaking news to tell you about right now from the south side. At least 3 people have been shot. This is near 79th and Luella in the South Shore neighborhood. Chopper 7 HD is over the scene right now, and you're looking at as the investigation is beginning there. So far, the conditions of the victims have yet to be revealed. Police are now trying to investigate exactly what led to those shootings. We don't have information about their condition, but once again, 3 people have been shot. This location is 79th and Luella in the South Shore neighborhood. An Ohio police officer now recovering at home after he accidentally shot himself. Surveillance cameras captured the entire incident. The officer was in an elevator with his wife. Now, he pulls out his gun from his holster to check it, and then he tries to put it into his pocket, and then the gun goes off. The bullet apparently ricochets off the elevator door, comes back, and hits him in the stomach. The officer now says that he is doing okay. He is expected to make a full recovery.
Former New York State Governor Mario Cuomo was remembered today as a liberal leader and a powerful orator. At his funeral today, his son, the current New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, delivered the eulogy today. The three-term governor died last week, just hours after his son's inauguration. Among the famous politicians in attendance there today, President Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Attorney General Eric Holder, and New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. Cuomo was 82 years old. Dangerous wind chills for tomorrow. That's what we hear, and perhaps near record lows on Thursday. This latest Arctic blast is a bone chiller. Cheryl Scott's forecast coming next.
Now imagine being on a wall of rock for weeks, trying to get to the top using nothing but your hands and feet. On the news at 4:30, two rock climbers are hoping to make history.
And then tonight on our news at 10, shocking new research on the deadly toll of alcohol poisoning. And you might be surprised who is most likely to die from binge drinking. That's tonight on our news at 10.
Now you can get eyewitness news on the U, Chicago's #1 news in prime time on WCIU. Join Linda Yu, Jose Sanders, Jim Rose, and meteorologist Cheryl Scott. Watch ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 on WCIU, the U.
Boy, you feel it. Go outside. You don't have to be outside very long today, and it just chills you right through.
No, you have to cover the face, cover all exposed skin. This is dangerous cold that we're talking about and tracking, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So we need to deal with it, and we will do exactly just that. But thankfully, the snow, it has come to an end. We're going to start you off with a live look outside. This is one of our cameras showing Geneva, where you can see a light little blanket of snow there. A temperature reading currently at 10 degrees. We talked about that snow late last night. Areas around the region picking up anywhere from about 2 to 4 inches of snow. O'Hare, 2 inches. Midway, 2.6. So the snow, it has ended, but we do have to deal with the aftermath. So the snow that fell yesterday, areas of blowing snow, especially on open highways. You have to be alert for that. And also icy and slick spots. So be aware if you do have to travel tonight. Temperatures, the other story, it's just bitter cold. We have single digits really across the board, struggling to even make it to double digits. O'Hare currently at only 7 degrees. Factoring in the wind out there, kicking anywhere from about 10 to 25 miles an hour. And winds will be picking up overnight. Wind chills very cold, anywhere from about 10 to 15 below across the region right now. So this is what it feels like to the exposed skin outside. Very chilling. Watch what happens as we go overnight. This is our wind chill forecast. This is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. It's going to feel like it's 20 below, 20 to 30 below across the region. That's why we are under a wind chill warning for the region. All of the area in blue here. This goes in effect overnight tonight, will be in effect through Wednesday, and will last overnight Wednesday and will end Thursday at noon. So this can give you a time frame. Basically, we're going to be stuck in this cold air for the next 24 to 48 hours. So just a reminder, best to be indoors with this cold outside. Bring the pets inside. Always dress in layers. Cover the extremities. Protect your pipes. And if you have those space heaters, keep them 3 feet away from your curtains or your bed linens. That's what we do recommend. Now, satellite and radar, thankfully, we are quiet out there, tracking just a few clouds, mostly cloudy skies. The cold air, though, that's the story. It's going to continue to stream into the region. We're not tracking any snow in the near term, except on the other side of Lake Michigan. That's where we could find a few lake effect snow showers. But wind chill readings across the northern plains, close to 20 below, and that's what's heading in our direction. We have an area of high pressure off to the north and west. It is allowing this cold air, cold Arctic air, to just stream right into the Chicagoland area. This is the air mass we'll be sitting in for the next couple of days. So highs tomorrow, these are our highs, expected to be close to 0, 2 below across Chicago. And then when we factor in the wind kicking at anywhere 30 to 35 miles an hour, wind chill readings will be close to 30 to 35 below 0 for our Wednesday. Thankfully, though, the skies will be clear, mostly clear, I should say, overnight and into the next couple of days. So snow-free for now. Tonight, 2 to 10 below around the region under mostly cloudy skies. Wind chills 20 to 30, so definitely dress warm. As we head into our Thursday, 12 degrees, 4. That's it for Friday. And the coldest morning yet will be Wednesday into Thursday with an 11 below there. Thankfully, by the weekend, we will have high temperatures climbing slightly warmer warmer there into about the mid-20s for Sunday. And next week, some improvement as we're going to get back near average.
Wow, 20s.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah, it's a thrill. Yeah, exactly. All right, Cheryl.
Next up, should a favorite winter pastime be banned? That's ahead on the news at 4.
On our news at 4:30, the latest gadgets for all of you technology lovers, the Consumer Electronics Show getting underway.
Sledding is one of the good, fun things about the snow, but there are a number of communities in the U.S. banning it. One of those cities is Dubuque, Iowa. This new ordinance restricts sledding to only 2 areas in that city. City leaders say it's to protect that city in case of any lawsuits if someone gets hurt. And another city in Iowa had to pay more than $12 million after a girl injured herself while she was sledding. In downstate Illinois, the city of Paxton is also considering a ban on sledding.
Trying to lose a few pounds in this new year? Well, just in time then. For those with weight loss New Year's resolutions, U.S. News & World Report is out with its best diets of 2015. And it says that Weight Watchers is the best diet if you want to lose weight. It also recommends Health Management Resources. That is a food delivery system, number 2 there. As for the easiest plans to follow, well, back again. For the easiest is Weight Watchers, and then also Jenny Craig. And the top diet overall, actually for the 5th year in a row, is something called the DASH diet. You can see that's the dietary approaches to stop hypertension, but it focuses on portion control and balancing proteins and carbs.
Still ahead on Eyewitness News, 2 rock climbers trying to do what no one else has ever done as they inch their way to the top of a landmark in Yosemite National Park.
The latest high-tech gadgets unveiled at the Consumer Electronics Show out in Las Vegas this week.
And Governor Pat Quinn looks back at his accomplishments during an emotional speech in the Loop today.
But first, this bitter cold could cause car trouble. We have some tips for keeping your vehicle running during this cold snap. Those stories and more, it's all next.